These days, manga are a global phenomenon. In the United States and France, for example, around 40% of total comic book sales in 2023 were from Japan. Now, since the advent of the internet, artists have many more avenues for showing their work, making it harder for publishers to sign up the top talent. So editors are now turning their attention to manga artists from outside Japan.
The story opens in a remote mountain village in northeastern Japan. A veteran hunter has stumbled upon an abandoned game console. As he discovers the world of online gaming, he draws on his traditional hunting skills as he plays. And soon, he is a master sniper, battling rivals all around the world. Since this manga first began to be serialized in 2022, it's won widespread popularity in Japan. The illustrator is Juan Albarrán, a manga artist from Spain. When this series first began, he was still living in Barcelona. But 2 years ago, he moved to Japan.
Spain has hardly any manga industry of its own, and it's hard to make a living there, just as a manga artist. So I'm happy to be working in Japan.
The story vividly depicts life in Akita Prefecture, including scenes showing the expertise of the traditional Matagi hunters. But Albarrán has never actually been there. Instead, he worked from the hundreds of photographs taken by the original writer and editorial staff during research trips to Akita. To create his backgrounds, Albarrán drew over the photos of Akita. He also made use of 3D computer graphics to study the structure of Japanese houses.
To me, it was like, in a way, entering a new world. Very interesting to learn through drawing this manga about a new way of life, so to speak, or a new area in Japan that I've never been in.
He also came up with his own ideas for the powerful action scenes and weapons in the game. Even the samurai avatar that the hunter has adopted reflects a unique blend of cultural influences and a foreigner's perspective about Japan. In recent years, the major Tokyo publisher behind Matagi Gunner has been focusing on discovering overseas manga artists.
It's very new and exciting to create manga from a non-Japanese perspective. I believe this is very meaningful. I think there's real potential for completely new kinds of works.
Last year, the publisher launched a global team to analyze manga trends abroad and to scout international artists with strong potential. In December, Albarrán and the team attended a manga convention in Spain. They invited submissions from artists hoping to debut in Japan and received 70 entries. The team is able to help overseas artists who are not familiar with Japan by matching them up with writers within the country. One who has been taken on is Konata, another Spanish artist who is already known for the quality of her artwork. From May of this year, her new manga will be serialized in Japan. It's a fantasy story with a strong European cultural influence in the look of the towns and buildings. She is continuing to live in Spain as she works on this series.
I'm really excited to be starting a series with such a big publisher. I hope it becomes a hit. I want to carry on drawing.
In Japan, competition between publishers to sign up the top talent is becoming fiercer.
There are still very few editors or editorial departments working with overseas artists. That's a big advantage for us. I see huge potential. It's really exciting.
Impressive efforts are also underway inside Japan to nurture new artists from abroad. In Kumamoto Prefecture, southwestern Japan, a Tokyo-based publisher has set up a manga artists village using a converted hot spring facility. 2 years ago, 9 artists were invited here from several countries, including Indonesia and Brazil. Hired as contract employees, they are assisting Japanese manga artists while developing their own skills. They are provided with food and lodging, and also support for their visa arrangements.
I felt like his change of heart at the end was a little bit sudden.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Each artist is paired with an English-speaking editor who gives detailed feedback about the characters, storylines, and draft storyboards. Enewald is from Finland. She was invited to work here after winning attention in a manga contest for foreign creators. She's hoping that getting published in Japan could lead to global recognition.
I liked manga and like Japanese things, so that's why I wanted to come here. I think I wanted the approval, kind of, maybe, of having worked in the Japanese market.
After working on multiple ideas, she had a sci-fi manga published last year in a magazine as a one-shot story. Several of the visiting artists have already landed serialization deals. The publisher has spent about $13 million on the village and sees it as a long-term investment.
Our aim is to provide a platform for them to make their debuts in Japan. After that, they can return home, become star creators in their own countries. This will help to cultivate manga culture around the world. And ultimately, it will lead to Japan's manga industry expanding too.
In 2022, overseas sales of Japanese content, including manga, anime, and games, were worth about $31 billion. That's the same kind of level as Japan's steel or semiconductor exports. The Japanese government now sees it as a key industry and has set a goal of quadrupling that figure by 2033. And it may just be that overseas artists can help power the spread of Japanese manga even further.